Hi all, this is Nidhiya. So today I'm going to start a new chapter, that is concept of cost. Let us understand, children, what is cost. Cost is the expenditure or expense. In Hindi we say kharcha. So it is the expenditure paid by the producer for doing production. For example, simple I'm taking. Suppose first of all, for doing the production of pen, I am a producer. I need to do the production of pen. So what things I required for doing the production as a producer? First of all, I need a land. On land, I need to build a one factory for doing production of pens. So I have to pay rent on land, is not it? I require the labor, so I need to pay them the wages, and I require the raw materials, so I need to make the payments to the supplier from whom I am purchasing the raw materials. So these are all the expenditures which are incurred by the producer for doing production. Because to start a business or to start a production, I required many things. So cost is the expenditure. Cost is the expenditure incurred by the firm also or the producer on hiring or purchasing the factors of production. You know, factors of production are land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. So in the production process, children, entrepreneur only organizes land, labor, capital, raw materials in order to produce a output. So as a producer, what he do? As a producer, he need to pay rent on land, he need to pay wages to the laborers, and he need to make payments to the suppliers for purchasing the raw materials. Beside this, the producer also incur expenditure on the water supply, electricity bill, depreciation of the capital goods when the machine gets wear and tear or it's old, so it's need the expenditure on purchasing the new machines also. So these are all the costs which is incurred by the producer for doing production. I have given one example, pay rent for land. Is it clear, children? Coming to the types of cost. There are many types of cost. First, let us understand explicit cost and implicit cost. Children, explicit cost. First, cost means the expenditure I told. So cost is here what? Cost is the expenditure. Clear? Now, it is the cost incurred by the producer for making payment to outsider. That means it is the expenditure which is incurred by the producer for making payments to the outsiders. Suppose I have one factory, is not it? And I am doing the production of pen. So I require the labor, is not it? I require the raw materials. So these are the payments which I need to give or which I need to pay to the outsider. When I require the labor, I have to pay them the wages. When I am purchasing the raw material, I need to pay the payments to the suppliers from whom I am purchasing the raw material. So they are the outsider. That means actually I am paying. That means actually I am paying to the outsider. This is the payment made to the outsider. That means for the labor I need to pay wages, and for raw materials I need to make payments to the supplier. So actually I am paying it, and it is the cost which is incurred by the producer. Clear? It is actually I am paying. That means actually I am paying the money to the outsider. It is recorded in the books of accounts. In books of accounts, children, what does it mean? That means whenever you do expense, so you just maintain one book and that you just write your expenditure, whatever takes place, so it is recorded in the books of accounts. So I can say that it is the cost. That means suppose for example, when I am hiring the labor, I need to pay them the wages, I need to pay for the raw materials. So all such actual payments, suppose I am purchasing the raw materials, anything, I am paying the electricity bill. So these are all the actual payments, is not it? So these are all such actual payments which I am doing on purchasing and hiring different goods and services used in the process of production. It is known as the explicit cost. Clear, children? So just see, it is an actual payment. That means actually I am paying to the outsider, such as wages paid to the labor. Clear? Implicit cost. It is a self-estimated cost. That means self-estimated means with the help of an example, let me clear it. Suppose I have one factory, clear, and I need to do the production of a pen. So this factory is yours only. Think that this factory is yours. Clear? Now I am doing the production of pen. Production of pen. Now this factory is mine. Clear? So what I am thinking, now you just think that if this factory is not yours, that means if this building is not yours and you have taken this building on rent, then how much rent you have to pay? Monthly payment. That means this is the factory and I want to do the production of pen. So this factory belongs to me only. But I am thinking that if this factory is not mine and if this factory I would have taken on rent, then monthly how much I have to pay as a rent. So monthly, suppose I am thinking that monthly payment for this factory I have to pay is 12,000. Is not it? So I'm just thinking, I'm just estimating my own property. I'm estimating the cost of my own property. That means it is a self-estimated cost which I'm only estimating but not paying. Actually, I'm not paying. Only I'm thinking that if this factory is not mine and if I have to pay rent on this factory, then how much rent I would have to pay for this factory. So suppose I have taken 12,000 rupees, that if this factory is not mine and if I have taken on rent, then I have to pay 12,000 per month. So this is my self-estimating cost of my own property. Actually, I am not paying. Only I am estimating the value of my own building. I am just estimating the value of my self-owned property. Clear, children? So that means only I am thinking. Clear? So this is my self-estimated cost. That means if this factory is not mine and if this factory I have taken on rent, then how much money I would have to pay for rent of this building? 12,000. So this is a self-estimated cost. That means only I am estimating, I am thinking. I am not paying it. Actually, I am not paying. Only I am thinking. So it is an estimated cost. It is actual. Explicit cost, it is an actual cost. Actually, I am paying to the outsider. But this is an estimation cost. That means only I am estimating my value of my own building. Clear? So it is not recorded in books of accounts. That means it is not recorded. If I am not paying, then why will I record it in my books of accounts? Only I am estimating, only I am thinking. So no need to record in the books of account. This is the imputed cost. That means estimating. Only I am estimating the value of my own property. I am not actually paying to the others. Clear? So please note it down so that I can move further. So I hope you have noted down, children. Now coming to the individual cost and social cost. Individual cost, it refers to the cost incurred by the producer. Cost means the expenditure. Individual here, children, means the producer itself. We are talking about the producer. So producer. So it is the cost which is incurred by the producer who is directly engaged in the production. That means whatever the payments, whatever the cost, a producer only bears this. That means when a producer is producing a commodity, he has to incur the expenditure. That means, for example, he has to make payments for the raw materials, he has to pay wages to the labor, he has to pay rent for the building. So these are all the individual costs. That means it is the individual cost which is incurred by the producer because he is directly engaged in the production. That means the cost which a producer is bearing for doing the production. So all such payments are incurred by the producer. A producer only has to incur the expenditure. Okay, so this is the individual cost. That means when he is engaged in the production, so he has to bear the cost. That means he has only to bear the cost. So wages paid to the workers is the example of the individual cost. I hope it is clear. That means he is directly engaged in the production. So a producer, when doing the production, he only needs to do the he only needs to incur the expenditure. He is the person who has to bear the cost. So this is known as the individual cost. Coming to the social cost. Cost is the expenditure, children. I told social means this, we are talking about the society. Social means we are talking about the society. Now, before this definition, let us first understand with the help of an example. Suppose this is one factory. Clear? And in this factory, the production is going on. So what happened as the production is going on? So from the factory, the smoke is coming out. from the chimneys into the atmosphere. So what happened? The person who is working in the factory is getting affected by that smoke, and also the person who is staying nearby or passing nearby also getting affected by the smoke which is coming out from the chimneys into the atmosphere. So due to the air pollution, so they thought of preventing themselves from this air pollution. So what they decided? So they thought of purchasing the mask. Suppose the cost of the mask is rupees 30 or rupees 40. Clear? So what I need to say is here that it is the cost which is made by the person, whether he is engaged in the factory or he is not engaged in the factory, but they are bearing the cost. That means they are incurring the expenditure. That means to prevent themselves, they are bearing the cost. So it is the person who is just outside the factory has to bear the cost of this purchasing mask. That means the person who is working here, that means he is working, so he is taking the mask, but also the person who is staying nearby or passing nearby also has to incur the expenditure. That means what? So in society, the money spent by the what? The money spent by whom? The money spent by the community on purchasing the mask or anything, you can say this cost is known as the social cost, because the person who is staying outside also getting affected by the air pollution. So the thought of purchasing the mask, so they are bearing the cost of purchasing the mask. So what happened? So this is the social cost which is beared by the person whether he is engaged in the production or not. Clear, children? So it refers to the sacrifice. Sacrifice here, you can say the expenditure. Sacrifice here is the expenditure made by the person whether he is engaged in the production or not. This person was engaged in the production, so it can this refers here also. So the person who is working in the factory and the person who is not working in the factory, that means those who are staying outside, also getting affected by this air pollution. So they thought of purchasing the mask. So when they purchase the mask, what it means? It means that the person who is outside the factory also has to bear the cost. That means in society, the money spent by the community is not it. The money spent by the community on purchasing the mask or anything. So this is known as the social cost. So this is the social cost, which means so expenditure made on purchasing the mask due to smoke coming out from the factory. So it is the social cost. That means cost bear by the society. Cost bear by the society. It is known as the social cost. I hope it is clear. Please note it down. So I hope you have noted down, children. Now coming to the money cost and real cost. Money cost, it is the expenditure of a firm or a producer, you can say, which it has to incur on purchasing and hiring factor services. Like when you hire the service of a labor, you need to pay the wages to the labor. So this is the money cost which you are paying in terms of money. Is not it? Now suppose when you are purchasing the machine, you are making the payment in terms of money. So these are all the expenditure of a firm which he has to incur in terms of money in hiring, on purchasing and hiring the factor services. Factor services here the wages paid to the labor or purchasing of the raw materials, purchasing of the machine. So these are the money cost which is doing in terms of money. Real cost. So real cost, it is the cost which has no definite value, nor it can be measured in the monetary terms. That means like when you start a business, when a firm or a producer start a business, he makes lot of sacrifices. He toils hard to set up his business. So whatever he is facing, like he is facing the discomfort, disutility, like pain, stress which he undergoes while setting up his business. When he undergoes with the pain, discomfort, disutility by rendering the services, so this is known as the real cost. That means it is expressed in terms of pain, discomfort on rendering his service. It is not measured in the monetary terms. It has no definite value. So this is the real cost. I hope it is clear. Please note it down. Now coming to the sunk cost. So sunk cost means this is the cost, children, which you have already paid for a purpose, but it cannot be recovered in the future. Like suppose, for example, I'm taking, these are the costs which have been incurred. That means you have already incurred the money, but it cannot be recovered in the near future. With example, I will make you more clear. Suppose this is one factory. So I planned one factory. Clear? And there I am doing the production of the hair oil. So I planted one factory and I am producing the hair oil. Clear? So what happened when I am producing the hair oil? I need to do the promotion of my product. So I started approaching the company who is doing the advertisement. So I approached one company for doing the advertisement of my product for 5 years. How many years? For 5 years I told them that you have to do the advertisement of my hair oil product. So I paid for 5 years 5 lakh rupees. That means for 1 year how much I paid? For 1 year I paid the 1 lakh rupees. Clear? Clear this much? So now what happened? My business did not work out. That means my business for producing hair oil did not work out. The people did not purchase my product because of some reason. Might be that hair oil has some side effects or they are not liking the products. So these are the reasons which they stopped my purchasing the product. So anyhow, I just took my business for 2 years. That means anyhow I ran my business for 2 years. So for 2 years I just got 2 lakhs, means advertisement was working in the TV or any channel for 2 years. That means my 2 lakh was recovered for 2 years. But after that what happened? That means I to paid for the 5 years. So anyhow 2 years my advertisement went on everywhere and I recovered anyhow 2 lakhs rupees. But as my business is stopped for producing the hair oil, so what happened? Advertisement also, there will not be advertisement because I am not now doing any I'm not producing any product of the hair oil. So while I stopped my business, so the advertisement also stopped everywhere. So what happened? For 2 years I just anyhow 2 lakhs rupees can be recovered. But for 3 years, that means remaining 3 years, my 3 lakh rupees could not be recovered. Why? Because I have already incurred, I have already paid to the advertisement company 5 lakh rupees. That means 5 lakh rupees I have already paid for 5 years. So 2 years my advertisement was everywhere of my product of the hair oil. But as the people stopped purchasing it, so I stopped my business. When I stopped my business, so advertisement also has stopped. So for 3 years, my 3 lakh rupees could not be recovered. So this is the sunk cost which I have already incurred, but it cannot be recovered in the near future. That means 3 lakh could not be recovered. This is the sunk cost. So please note it down, this definition, so that I can move further for the opportunity cost. So I hope you have noted down. Now coming to the opportunity cost. Children, already have discussed this opportunity cost in the production possibility curve. Now again let me make you clear with the help of an example. Before coming to this definition, let me understand with the help of an example. Suppose let us take the example of a farmer. So there is one farmer who has the option of just producing 4 crops. Clear? That means he has a piece of land, and on piece of land he can produce 4 crops at a time. Means 4 crops he can choose, like wheat, rice, bajra, sugarcane. Clear? So this 4 crops, like he can produce it. So wheat, rice, bajra and sugarcane. Clear? Now wheat is of 2000, rice 2500, bajra 1800, and this is of 1500. Now what this farmer did, that when he has a piece of land, and on the piece of land he has the option of producing this 4 crops on it. Now he saw the market value of this 4 crops. That means for one sack of wheat, market value is 2000. For one sack of rice, market value is 2500. Sack means the bora we say, that means the container, that means on the sack where the rice we can load it. Bajra 1800, sugarcane 1500. So what a farmer can think about to produce when he saw that the market price for the rice, that means the market value of the rice for one sack is 2500. So definitely he is going to take the benefit of this opportunity. That means this rice, he is going to produce rice on the piece of land. Why? Because it is giving the highest market value to produce rice. So now you tell me that if I want to do the production, then among these four, what I will do the production of it. So definitely I'm going to do the production of rice as a farmer, because it is giving me more higher market value than the other. So this is my opportunity which I'm going to take it for producing rice. Now you tell me what is the now taking the opportunity of producing rice. Clear? Now taking the opportunity of producing rice, tell me what is the another best opportunity after rice I can produce. What is the another? That means after rice what I can produce. What is the another next best opportunity which I can produce? Obviously I can produce wheat after rice, because if the market value of one sack of wheat is 2000, so I will not produce the bajra, I will not produce sugarcane. So after rice I will produce wheat. So what is the opportunity cost here means? So opportunity cost, children, opportunity cost of producing rice is taking the opportunity of rice, and I am sacrificing the another best opportunity, that is wheat. So wheat is the my opportunity cost here. That means what? I am taking the opportunity of producing rice here, is not it? So I am sacrificing what? I am sacrificing the another best opportunity, that is wheat, is not it? So wheat is the opportunity cost here. So coming to the definition, to get the benefit of one opportunity, that means to get the benefit of one opportunity, that is rice, the producer has to sacrifice the another best opportunity. That means a farmer has the four options to produce it. So he saw the market value of rice is more than the others. So he thought of producing rice first. Then after rice, what is the another best opportunity that he can use? So it is the wheat which he can use. So what is the opportunity cost here? So opportunity cost of producing rice is the taking the opportunity of rice and sacrificing the another best opportunity, that is wheat. So wheat is the opportunity cost here, is not it? So I think it is clear to you all. This is the opportunity cost here, is not it? So I'll coming in the next video with the more topics. Thank you.